Hello everyone. Today we are going to see our practical of computer network. We are going to learn our third practical, that is of static routing. Okay. So first at all, let us see what is meant by static routing. So we can find, or we can say router can find a route to its destination network by using three ways. Either it is directly connected to that network, means if the router is directly connected to that network, then it will can find its destination device or network very easily. Second one, it learns about the remote route from another router. That means the neighbor router will provide all the information to the current router by using some routing protocols. This is the second way. And in the third way, the administrator can manually enter a static route in the router. That means the uh, administrator have to enter all the static routes, all the entries manually. But this becomes tedious when there is a large number of devices in the network and we have to enter the IP address of every device. So static routing is a good choice if we have only few number of routers. Okay. Second thing, uh, if there is no any redundant paths, so many routes, if we have to consider, then we don't have to use static routing. If there are only few routes, then we can use static routing. Also, you don't want the routers to use UP precious bandwidth by using routing protocols. So routers don't have to use precious bandwidth by using routing protocols. So for small networks we can use static routing instead of using the precious routing protocols. Okay, so let us see how we are going to do our practical of static routing. For that we are going to see one network, and for this network we are going to configure static routing. So what is our aim? Our aim is to configure static route on Cisco routers with the following information. So you can see the information. First networks are given. First network is 172.16.0.0/16. Second network is 192.168.0.0/24. Third is 10.0.0.0/8. And here are the given gateway addresses for each of these networks. So you can see a diagram here. Okay, so according to this network in the diagram, we are going to configure our static routing practical. Okay, so you can see in the diagram there are two routers, R1 and R2, and R1 is connected to two PCs, PC1, PC2, which are connected with the help of two switches. Then you can see router R2 is connected to PC3, so there is one more switch in between them. So you can see in the diagram there are total four networks shown. First network is 172.16.0.0, that is the leftmost network. Then second is 192.168.0.0, this is the second network. And third network is 10.0.0.0, that is the rightmost network. And at the top there is one more network, that is 100.0.0.0. So totally we are going to use four networks in this practical. So let us see what are the IP addresses used by all the PCs. First PC having IP address 172.16.0.2/16. Second one 192.168.0.2/24. So what is this slash notation? This slash is called as CIDR notation, and it indicates the number of net ID bits. Okay, means for first IP address, if there is a /16, then we can say out of 32 bits, our IPv4 address is a 32-bit address, of which 16 bits are used to identify network and remaining 16 bits are used to identify host. So this is a /16. Second is /24, that means 24 bits are used to identify network and remaining 8 bits. Okay, 24 plus 8, that is equal to 32. So remaining 8 bits are used to identify host. Similarly, for third IP address, that is 10.0.0.2/8, that means 8 bits are used to represent network bits and remaining 24 bits are used to identify host. Okay, so these are the various IP addresses, and we are going to see more details of these IP addresses in our theory lecture. Okay, so let us see how we are going to do this practicals. One thing you can see for router R1, there are there are total 3 connections. Okay, these 3 connections which are shown in dot green dot symbol, these 3 connections are called as interfaces. Okay, so R1 has first interface, that is FA means fast Ethernet 0/1, this is first interface. Second interface is FA1/0, that is second interface. Third one is FA0/0, FA for fast Ethernet. Similarly, R2 has 2 interfaces, FA0/0 and FA01. Okay, this is the second one. So let us see how we can do this practical in Packet Tracer. For that you need to install Packet Tracer on your PC. Okay, so I have already installed Cisco Packet Tracer. So just click on Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay, so this is the application Cisco Packet Tracer. Just click on it and you can get the window like this. Okay, and after this you can see, just click on OK, you can see the area which is called a logical area. Okay, so there are 2 areas, logical area and another one is the physical area. So we are going to see only the logical area first, or we are going to do all the practicals of our CN subject on logical area only. So let us see how we are going to do this practical. For this practical, what we need 2 routers, R1, R2, 3 switches and 3 PCs. So here at the bottom you can see various routers shown, of which we are going to select a generic router. Just click on it, drop it here on the display area. Again take another generic router. Okay, then at the left end you can see first option is routers, second option is of switches. So just click on the second option, that is switches, and from this option you can take switches. So we are going to take 2960 model type switches. So here we need 3 switches, so we are going to take 3 switches here. And then we need 3 PCs. For that you need to click on end devices option and click on generic PC. Okay, so this is PC0, this is PC1, this is PC2. Okay, let us make connections. For that you need to click on this icon connections. Okay, so here you can observe 2 connections, copper straight through, this is the first, that is third actually, and next to it is a copper crossover. So these 2 connections we are going to use in this practical. You can see this diagram. In between router to router there is a copper crossover connection, and for others it is a straight connection. So so similarly we are using copper straight through connection in order to connect router to switch. So just click on fast Ethernet 00 and click on switch, connect to fast Ethernet 01. You can connect to any interface of fast Ethernet. Okay, so this is fast Ethernet 01. Okay, so here it is, router is not displaying any interface name. So for that you need to click on options, then preferences, And here is one option that is always show port label. So you have to select this checkbox and just close this window. Okay, so now you can see here the interface names, that is FA00 and FA10. Okay, just to zoom it. Okay, now next what we have to do, connect router to switch, then switch to PC, fast Ethernet connection to fast Ethernet. Okay, similarly for next switch, then again for next router switch. Okay, then make a connection between two routers using copper crossover connection. Just click on fast Ethernet. Here is the option for 4/0. So instead of using it, let us just add one more fast Ethernet connection to it. For that, just click on router. Here you can see the physical view of the router, and at the right side end there is one green symbol. You can see at the right end there is a green symbol. You just have to click on the green symbol and then take the modules from the left end. So first module is a RJ11 connector, second module is a single Ethernet port, and we are using the third module, that is a fast Ethernet interface. So you have to just click on the third module and drag it and drop in the empty slot of this router. Okay, so you can in this way you can add uh, any type of connection, any type of interface to these empty slots. And after that, just put this right hand button on again, so that you can see the green color here, that means the switch is on. Okay, just close the button. Okay, now we can connect by using copper crossover. We are using fast Ethernet 6/0 connection to fast Ethernet 1/0 of router 2. Okay, so in this way our network is now ready to configure. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to give some IP addresses to our PCs. Okay, so let us add one note here. At the right end you can see place note option. Just click on it and place it here. So we have to enter the IP address of the network, that is 172.16.0 16.0.0/16. So this is our first network, that is 172.16.0.0/16. Then our next network is 192.168.0.0. So again place note for another network and just write 192.168.0.0/24. Okay, so this is our second network. Then our third network is 10.0.0.0/8. So just copy it and write here the network. Okay, so and our third network is of, that is last network is of 100.0.0.0/30. So just write here 100.0.0.0/30. Okay, so this is the network for router to router communication. So let us add first the IP addresses. for each PC. First, for PC 0, that is PC 1, just click on the desktop option, and here is the option IP configuration. So what is the IP address that we are going to assign for first PC is 172.16.0.2, and subnet mask is automatically calculated here, and then we have to write the default gateway IP address, that is 172.16.0.1. okay, so this is the default gateway IP address. This default gateway IP address is nothing but the IP address of interface which is directly connected to the router. Okay, so similarly we have to configure a next PC. Just click on PC, click on desktop, click on IP configuration option, and write here IP address 192.168.0.2. IP subnet mask is automatically calculated, then write default gateway 192.168.0.1. okay, so this is default gateway address. Just close it, then write IP address for third PC. Just click on it, click on desktop option, IP configuration option, and here the IP address is 10.0.0.2. subnet mask is automatically calculated, then the default gateway address is 0.0.1. okay, so in this way we have set IP addresses for all the PCs. okay, to save this file, just click on file option and click on save button, and write the file name and choose the location where you want to save this network. okay, now we have to see how to configure our router. okay, so just click on the router, then click on config button. okay, in this config button at the left end you can see there are three options. First is global, second is routing, third is interface. So click on interface option. Here you can find the various interfaces that are connected to router 0, of which we are using the first interface. You can see in the diagram, the first interface is FA00, which is connected to 172.16.0.0 network. okay, second FA10 is connected to the network started with 192.168.0.0, and FA6/0 is the interface which is connected to the third network. okay, so just click on the router, and we are selecting the first interface, that is fast Ethernet 0/0. so here you have to write IP address for this interface. So we are going to write the IP address 172.16.0.1. okay, so this IP address is called as default gateway address for first interface. okay, and here subnet mask is automatically calculated to 55.255.0.0. so here is the shown equivalent iOS command. The first command that is shown here is IP address 172.16.0.1 and the mask. okay, so this is the command which is automatically generated when we write IP address here. okay, so you can see this command also from CLI, that is command line interface. So here is this command. okay, so either you can configure by using commands or by using this GUI, that is config tab. okay, so next step that we have to do compulsory is to make port status on. okay, so here is the option on. Just click on button. okay, so you can see the message below that interface fast Ethernet 0/0 changed state to up. Okay, you can also see it through CLI. Okay, interface fast Ethernet 0/0 changed state to up. What it means? It means the link is up now, the connection is on now. Okay, so in this diagram you can see there is some interfaces having red color and some interfaces having green color. So what is this green color represents? It represents the link is up. Up means it is ready to accept connection. Next we have to configure FA1/0 interface. For that again click on router, go to config tab and click on the respective interface. So we are clicking on fast Ethernet 1/0 and here we have to write the IP address, that is 192.168.0.1. Okay, and here subnet mask is automatically calculated. Just make port status on. Okay, so you can see the green button changed to red color is changed to green color. Okay, next configure third FA6/0 third interface. Again write here, suppose the IP address is 100.0.0.1, subnet mask is automatically calculated to 55, but we are using the subnet mask here is that is net ID bits are 30, therefore subnet mask here we have to write is 255.255.255.252. That means what we have to do, we have to make 30 bits 1 and just remaining 2 bits 0. Okay, out of 32 bits 30 bits are 1 and remaining 2 bits are 0. Okay, that's why subnet mask is 255.255.255.252. Make port status on. Okay, so here you can see the red color because the other end is not configured yet, so we have to configure other end, then you can see both ends having green color. Okay, just click on second router, go to config tab, click on FA1/0. Okay, this is the interface of router R2. Here write the IP address 100.0.0.2. Okay, because we have already used 100.0.0.1 IP address for the other end, so here we are using 002. Again write here subnet mask 255.255.255.252 and port status on. Okay, now you can see both the ends are having green color. Okay, next we have to configure the other interface of router 2, that is FA0/0. So fast Ethernet 0/0, and here IP address is 10.0.0.1. This is the default gateway address for second router, and here subnet mask is automatically calculated, that is for /8, which is correct. Then make port status on and close this button. Okay, so you can see now our network is fully configured, but we have not yet configured any static routing. So let us check how our network works. Okay, so for that, suppose we are going to run one ping command. Okay, so at the right end you can see here is one packet like structure, that is a simple PDU, and another one option, that is a complex PDU. So first we are using simple PDU. Just click on it and drop here. Sorry, just click on it and just click on PC0, and its destination is suppose PC1. So you can see the status here, that is a failed status. Again make the use or follow the same steps. PC0 to suppose router 0. Okay, so you can see here the status shown is successful, that is packet is going from PC0 to router 0. Again just click on router 0 and send packet to PC1, so it is shown successfully. Okay, just delete all scenarios. Again click on first packet, simple PDU, and click on PC0, send to PC1. So you can see here the status is successful. That means within the same network, that is the within the same network which are connected to same router. Okay, these two networks are connected to same router, so yeah, it is easy to communicate between any devices which are connected to same router. Okay, but if you send packet from PC0 to PC2, then you will get the message or status failed. That means it is impossible to send packet from PC0 to PC2. So for that we need to configure static routing. Okay, so let us see how we are going to configure static routing. So for that just click on router 0. Here under routing there are two options. One is static and second is RIP, that is routing information protocol. So we are now using static option. So for static option we have to first enter the network. Okay, so we have to enter the network which is unknown to this router. Okay, first router. So which network is unknown for first router? That is the network that is shown in right side, that is 10.0.0.0. okay, and its mask is 255.0.0.0. okay, and next we have to write the next hop. Next hop means this is the IP address of the link which is directly connected to the router having the network 10.0.0.0. So here you can see in the diagram, for first router the link which is directly connected to second router is FA1/0. So FA1/0, this is the end which is connected to router 2, which makes transmission from first router to next router. So FA1/0 is the next hop, that is from first router to next router. So this is the next hop link for the transmission of packet. So we are having FA1/0 as our next hop. So we have to make entry for next hop. So next hop having a link address 100.0.0.2 and just click on add option. So here you can see our network address is added here. Okay, that means our static route is added here. Similarly we have to configure next router for static route. Just click on router, then go to static option. Here write the first network. Suppose we are writing first network 172.16.0.0 and our subnet mask is 255.255.0.0. okay, and next hop. For second router to reach to first router, what is the next hop link? That is a FA6/0. So FA6/0 is the next hop entry for our this is the next hop entry, that is a IP address 100.0.0.1. okay, just click on add. Okay, again similarly we have to add second network that is reachable from second router. Okay, so second network is 192 192.168.0.0. Okay, then we have to write subnet mask. So here subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Okay, and next hop entry is again same, because in order to reach to second network 192 network, we have to use the same link, that is FA6/0. So that's why here it is written the same entry for next hop. Just click on add. Okay, now you can see in CLI window it automatically creates two entries. IP root is the command which is used to configure static root. Okay, so this is first command, then second command for second network. So we have already configured two IP roots. Okay, understood? Okay, next we have to see whether IP root is static IP root is set or not. So for that we have to write here one command. For that, just first write the command exit. We have the router hash prompt, and here write the command show, then put question mark. Question mark is the symbol which provide the next options for you. Okay, so just type the command show, then click on enter. So here are the various options which we can use along with show. Okay, show IP root is the command. Show IP root. Just click on enter. So here you can see the C means connected, that is directly connected, and S means static. So here you can see two entries for S, that means two static roots are configured and two C roots are there, that is directly connected roots. Okay, so for second router 100 and 10th network and 100 network. So you can see in the diagram, this is rightmost is the 10th network, and for this router 100 is the second network. So these are the two networks which are directly connected, and two static routes are defined. Okay, so this is the routing table of this router which contains all the routing information. Okay, so 172 network and 192 networks are static are configured, that is static networks which are configured here. Okay, so in this way we have configured all the static routes. Now you can see the connectivity here. Just click on simple PDU, click on PC0 and drop the packet at PC2. Okay, it will take some time, okay, in order to make this circuit work or make this network work. I just delete it. Let us see how step by step we can send packet. So from PC0 to router 0 it is shown successful. Just delete it. Then from from router 0 to router 1 it is shown to be successful. Delete it. Then from router 1 to PC2, okay, so it is shown as a failed. From PC2 to router 1, okay, it is successful. Again from router 1 to PC2, okay, so it is shown as a successful. Delete all the scenarios. Then again check from PC0 to PC2, so it is shown to be successful. That means our packet can reach from PC0 to PC2 now. Okay, again in reverse order you can check also from PC2 to PC0, it is also shown successful. That means our static routing is successful. You can also check it by using ping command. Just click on PC0, click on command prompt and write here command ping and the IP address of last PC. The IP address is 10.0.0.2. Just click on enter. So you can see there is a reply from that PC. Okay, so total packet sent is 4, received is 4. That means our connectivity is set. That means static routing is working. In reverse order you can also check from PC2 to PC0. So just write the command ping and the IP address 172.16.0.2. This is the IP address of first PC. Okay, so you can see here is the reply from first PC. That means our static routing is successful. Okay, so stop here now.